And we're live.
And we're live. And we're live. Oh,
Yes.
barely. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's. I took some NyQuil last night just in case because like Jose is just getting over a cold, and it's
Uh-oh.
like the last thing I need is to get something before Baltimore, which already is like next weekend.
Oh my gosh.
And then the weekend after that is when you come over.
Oh, I've been complaining to your house.
So already it's like we're just on. It's like everything's going to happen this month.
Good morning, everyone. It's September 1st,
Gross.
2023. And this is the Ragin to the vlogs. We got stuff to do today, Daphne.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I guess absolutely not, but hit it.
Man, that song, it needs lyrics. It needs lyrics.
Oh.
Good morning, Daphne.
Good morning, and good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're in for a little bit of a slow start today, being September 1st and all. And September 1st before a long weekend. Again, it's like, once you're working from home, holidays don't mean anything. And I keep having to remind myself that, it is a, what is it? It's Memorial Day weekend or something.
Labor Day. Memorial Day.
Okay, so Labor Day's in May.
Know. It's something.
Then today Day is Memorial Day weekend. Oh my goodness. So hello everyone. Welcome. Yes, I know February was yesterday. It's true. It's like, look, yesterday was January as far as I was concerned. That 2021.
What?
And it's like already it's like, I had to make a brand new card, and it's like I had to write 2024 in it, and it's like, oh my goodness. All right. It's like, no. So who's joining us in the chat today?
So let's see. We got Mike Jimmy.
Hello,
we got Frank.
Hello. Good morning.
I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yes. And yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people, watching us from regions beyond. And remember, if you're watching us from Facebook, if you're joining us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Join the sexy people in the chat. Facebook has a tendency to act up, and Twitter doesn't even allow us to see your comments. So,
and we don't even know shit about LinkedIn.
That's true. We're still trying to figure out this whole LinkedIn thing. But if you're coming from LinkedIn, welcome anyway. So join us over here and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. So because we do have a lot today, a lot to do today, so I guess we might as well get started before Efrain rings the bell. Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Valar Morghulis. Valar Duhairis.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter 2024 with the new story arc Tears of the Mother, with the re-release of issues 1 through 5 of that series, and the brand new issue 6 of this 8-issue miniseries. And I am also known for mature audiences medieval fantasy drama EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is in its last 39 minutes on Kickstarter right now with issue 7. So links are in the show notes below, so that so you can pledge before the campaign closes. But we'll get more into that in a little bit. You can read both my comics online at Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. You can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
Yeah, my name is Nita Lanning, and I am the owner of the Indie Comics Network on YouTube. It's a channel about indie comics and stuff, and there are things, and it's mostly indie comics.
Right.
And you can find that at indiecomicsnetwork.com.
.com.
Not a joke to play that. But so like I said, it's like we're going to so EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn, issue 7. 38 minutes to go on the campaign. Thank you so much to the 154 backers. 154 backers on the campaign, raising $3,700 on it. Thank you so much. And remember that EGORAVEN 7 is ready to ship. I have the book already proofed, and the files all set up, ready to go. So once this campaign ends today, I will be putting together the files for the printers to get that out. And we also were able to unlock the $3,000 stretch goal. Thank you, everybody. So you will all be getting not only physical postcards of these art prints, but digital backers will also be getting a digital version of the image as well. You could use as a desktop or a desktop image or on your phone or whatnot. Fun stuff. So this is for issue 7, and and also if you for some reason you still need to try it out, you can download a copy of the first 16 pages of the first issue of EGORAVEN for free on the campaign before you pledge. And I guess to give like a really quick rundown, EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn is the story of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm after she is betrayed by her elf prince husband-to-be, and dragons overtake her kingdom. But when EGORAVEN becomes an unwitting pawn in a noblewoman's attempt to avoid an arranged marriage, she trains to become a knight with the help of an unlikely trio of blacksmiths, hoping she can ultimately win a king's favor and save her people. And in this issue 7, EGORAVEN's luck runs out as the elf prince Rillian returns to the capital of Varson and sows the seeds of chaos to force her to return to her kingdom of Edenron and face the dragon lords directly. But the spurned prince doesn't just want to turn the kingdom of men against her, as he sets his eyes on EGORAVEN's companions to exact his revenge. I have to remember to keep telling the story out loud, because I was re-listening to one of Jose's previous shows on Sunday, and Rosario was stuck in traffic, and he was talking about how he was listening to it on the radio, and I realized I really didn't talk much. I showed a lot, but I really didn't talk much about the campaign. So I figured that I start making that a habit. So as you can see, all the books are available on this campaign, including Tall Tales if you missed any of previous campaigns. And remember, for this, you have less than about a half hour.
Yes,
also, it helps to have cue cards. Also, you have less than a half hour in order to pledge to get these exclusive variant covers from the campaign, the Jaden Lanning cover and the nude variant cover in 4 different flavors, where Jaden's only comes in 3 different flavors. If you want to pick up these covers, you have to pledge to the campaign in the next half hour. Once this campaign closes, I am only printing to order. I am not going to have any left over after the campaign is done. So if you're thinking you can wait and see if it pops up in my store, it will not. Yes, I agree. I have Jaden kind of testing out some coloring work for me, and oh boy, is this changing the game. So I can't wait to show everybody what what we've been working on. So yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. So yes, you have 34 minutes to go on the campaign. Like I said, the exclusive covers are only available while the campaign is live. They will not be available afterwards. So that's pretty much it for that for now. We'll come back to that in a half hour. But so again, thank you everybody who pledged to the campaign so far. It just really amazes me that we're even at issue 7. It's just like I said, it's like my brain is still in January 2021. After, I mean, I don't know how many times I can say this, but yeah, it's like my brain is still in January 2021 when we first launched the Kickstarter for EGORAVEN issue 1, and here we are at issue 7 with issue 8 just barreling down the pipe. I'm about like 10 pages in full color on EGORAVEN issue 8, but that's not going to be released until early next year, early 2024. So I'm really excited to get that issue finished, especially this month. I'm hoping to get like proofs for all the books that I've been working on. I did finish the Unicorn King's Daughter, and I did finish the adult supplement Medieval Unicorn.
Yeah, you did.
Those both are ready to go, but I want to finish issue 8 so I can get proofs for everything at the same time. Most actually, now that I think about it, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to send for proofs the same time that I send out for the actual order for issue 7. So to kind of get that. So hopefully by the time Nita gets here, I'll have hard copies to show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll have hard copies to show her. So even if I have to send out issue 8 separately, that's fine. As long as everything is in the pipeline and is moving along, it's, yeah, which means, and the thing is though, finishing issue 8 means that the next trade is also, I'm in the process of putting that together as well. So yeah, a lot of proofs are going to be, coming my way in the next couple of months, which I'm really, really happy for. So, and then it's like, I probably, just to kind of get it christened, I might sketch out the first page to issue 9. I have like thumbnails of those, and I really just want to get that started as well. Between here now and December, end of December, I want to have this issues 9, 10, 11, and 12 sketched out. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping to get that out of the way as well, to at least get that process started. I mean, I don't know. It's just got to keep it moving, right? Just gotta keep it moving. So what's been going on with you, Nita? As like before, I just monopolized
work and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Editing and and more editing, because it's
Right.
like editing books, editing YouTube channel,
Right.
editing show notes, all this fun stuff. It's like it never ends.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, yeah, speaking of editing, because it's like, I have, like I said, I have Jaden testing out coloring on top of my inks. And the experiment's going pretty good so far. It's very, very, I want to see how she does this next step in the coloring process, because hey Alison, because it's like, yeah, if because it's like, if this thing with Jaden coloring over my inks works, that kind of opens up a new door for me.
Yes.
She really does. So it's like so it's just so it's just very, very exciting, because it does have to do with the novel, Cult of the Wolf Witch. And yeah, like I said, if what she's doing so far, it works, which so far it has been, but I want to see like a larger, a bigger body of work, of coloring, before I make any final decisions. But really, it's but yeah. Yeah, it's going to open up a couple of things for me. So I'm just very excited how, it's just that now it's like, what is it? She's away for the weekend. So the suspense is killing me. So it's like,
yeah, because now she won't even start on it till probably Monday. She has the assignment. So
right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but I'm gonna have to wait until Monday. But so I just have to like keep myself distracted. You see, yeah, even Einstein's impressed. So, so yeah, so let's see. Well, what's been going on this week? So, just pretty much me keeping busy. Me and Jose. And like I said, Jose's been getting over a cold that thankfully kind of like went in and out rather quickly. As far as colds are concerned. So I'm just hoping to, like I said, not get it before the convention. I can't believe that the convention's next weekend. It seems so far away, and now it's like, oh, it's next weekend.
I know. It's kind of like, what happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
Like, that's just it. Like, what happened?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, what happened?
It was like 4 months down the road, and then it was like blank.
Yeah, exactly.
But it drug at the same time.
No,
it really seemed slow until it wasn't.
Right. No, I mean, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, next weekend, I will be at Baltimore Comic-Con in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Baltimore Convention Center, September 8th through the 10th, 2023. I will be in the Artist Alley at table H28. According to the map, I am across from the food section, the concessions at the convention. So hopefully I'll be easy to find. I will have copies of Tall Tales and EGORAVEN and copies of my rare furry sketchbooks. This is the last of the sketchbooks that I'm going to be making for these particular ones. So if you want to pick one up before they're gone, I'm going to have them heavily discounted because honestly, one of the books that I'm really looking forward to also continue working on, because I have it somewhat started, is the first, I guess, like ultimate House of Bob art collection. Right. That I'm putting together for hopefully the end. Well, not hopefully, that's the idea. For the end of the year, that's going to be the last book, Kickstarter book. And I was just looking at the files yesterday, and I'm actually excited again. I'm actually excited again to get back to work on it. It's going to be an 80-page book, 80-page art book. It's going to be a collection of actually 40 images, but they're both in color, and you get to see them in black and white. Instead of getting
your $20 slice of pizza, go support Daphne and grab a book.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like there's going to be the full color images plus the black and white versions, because I happen to like my inking a lot, and a lot of people do too. So I just thought it would be interesting for this sketchbook to have both what the image looks like, both in color and in black and white. So it's going to be a kind of like a deluxe sketchbook that I think is going to replace all the sketchbooks that I've done before. So like I said, it's like if you see me at Baltimore, pick up the sketchbooks when you can, because like I said, once those versions are gone, they're gone, and I'm going to be doing sketchbooks in this new format. So even though the show House of Bob is gone, the books are still on the way. That is also in the pipeline as well. So that's also something I'm looking forward to getting to. But I got to finish all this other stuff first. But it just felt really nice to cross out more stuff off my list. I didn't, it's like I still have a lot of things on the list to do, but I think that the stuff that I've crossed out so far has been like so significant that it's like, okay, that's fine. It's like we'll just move everything over. the way, just for on the next next list. So the other thing that I was doing, right, is for the past couple of weeks, I have been kind of like obsessing with upgrading technology, and it's just really funny how it's so easy to kind of get wrapped into thinking you need something. It's like, oh, maybe if I had a bigger tablet, maybe if I had like an iPad, maybe if I had this, maybe if I had that, maybe if I had a better camera. And that was just something that's been kind of like messing with me for the past couple of weeks, because I've just been sitting at my table almost nonstop, trying to get all this work done. And and the thing is, though, it's like it kind of gets a little monotonous, always coming into the same office in the same chair and the same, and I thought that maybe what I had needed was a tablet. Yeah, exactly. That those are really the two things, right? That I needed, like some kind of like, like Cintiq has the mobile studio, but that's like $4,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And honestly, for $4,000, I think I would be better off, spending that money on different on a bunch of different other pieces of technology than one that I might use not very. I'm not going to use that very much. So then I remember, and then it's like I remember, like Visenia, she uses a Surface Pro instead of a Cintiq. All this time I thought she was working on a Wacom, but she works on a Surface Pro. I guess like the actual computer. They have one that looks like a Cintiq, but it's a Windows computer. So so I was looking at the tablet because I see like all these videos of people working on iPads and whatnot. But the thing is, though, I really don't like Apple products. I have an Apple computer, and I don't use it much. I mean, it's like, yeah, I just really don't like Apple, and I especially don't like the fact that every time they upgrade their system, you have to rebuy all of your programs. It's not like, like the programs on an Apple computer, their legacy, like Windows programs usually are. So that's one reason it's like I don't like it. It's like it's kind of like they're unnecessarily premium, and it's like, yeah, I'd rather not get an iPad. So I was looking at a Surface Pro, but the thing that kept kind of like it kept irking me, right, is that the whole point of using a tablet is that you didn't need to use a keypad. But the problem is that I'm so used to using a keyboard for all my shortcuts that having to kind of like peck my way through menus, it was just kind of like a turnoff. And then I remembered that I had a very similar laptop. I have an older laptop that actually folds, that you can use as a tablet. So I thought, oh, maybe best of both worlds. Maybe I had something already. So I spent the last week struggling with this computer because it was just like, I know it was an older computer, but holy moly, like it was choking on everything I was trying to do. And like it took forever to boot. It took forever to open Photoshop. It took forever. Like the only program that seemed to work without a hitch was Clip Studio Paint. And then it's like I learned that Clip Studio actually is kind of optimized for tablets. You still kind of have to hunt and peck, but it's certainly the layout is more conducive to tablets than Photoshop. And it seemed to work better as well, so I was just fighting with this laptop for like the past week. And then yesterday I just decided that it's like, you know what, let me do a clean install on this. Let me reset this to factory settings and start from scratch, and see what happens. And also what I did too was, okay, so I installed Clip Studio Paint. I installed Word. I decided to keep it very, very minimum because like I said, it is an older computer, and it's like Mike Jimmy said, GPU and CPU
Right.
are the two most important things. And I think that this thing has like 4 megs of RAM on it or something. I forgot what it is. I think it's 4. What was it? 4 megs or 4 gigs? I don't remember. I think so I think it's 4 gigs. I don't know. There's a 4 in it somewhere. And so Clip Studio seemed to work fine. They had a slight lag, but okay, older computer. And then I decided to put an older version of Photoshop on it, Photoshop 6. I think that's the last one they made before they went to Creative Cloud. And that one seemed to work better as well. But the thing is, though, I was still having a hard time with the tablet, with the tablet thing. So, so in the end, what I did was I have a Wacom tablet, like the pen tablet, the one that you have to have a screen already. It's not like a Cintiq where you draw on the screen. This is just a regular tablet. So I had one of those already. It's like, oh, let me see what happens. Because again, not having the keyboard was a real problem for me. The second I plugged in the little tablet, everything worked perfectly. I was able to use the keyboard. I was able to use the little tablet, and it just worked fine. And I go, you know what? Maybe in the end, I don't need a Surface Pro. If in the end I still need to have the keyboard and the tablet's fine. So, and obviously I think that not working in tablet mode for the laptop, I guess, used a lot less processing power. So it worked. I actually kind of felt dumb not trying this before I decided to do a reinstall. But it's like, you know what? It's like now I have the system set up again. It's a portable version, but okay, it's not streamlined the way I had wanted. But you know what? In the end, I need the thing that I can actually work. Yeah, I know, right? It's most likely 4 gigs. I think so too. I think so too. Yeah, I think it's 4 gigs. And you see, and this is the thing too. Right, yeah, and that's what I learned as well. That because I was watching some videos on like using Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop on the Surface Pro versus the iPad, and there was nothing in those videos that made me go, "Oh, that's it. That's what I need." Like it was just like, it's just looks like a struggle no matter what. So when I finally got the laptop to work, also the thing is too, an X Pen might be an option, but for later though, because doesn't that just work off the USB? Kind of like a tablet, but this is like a display to draw directly on. And I think it plugs in with only a USB. You don't have to have like all these other cables running to outlets and stuff. Which is an option, but again, you still need the laptop for it to work. So, in the end, I guess like the technology that you need is the technology that you're going to use. And I think that it's very easy for us. Okay. There, by Mike Jimmy. It's very easy to get wrapped up, especially when you're watching a lot of videos, to get wrapped on, what are they using? What are they using? What are they using? And thinking that you need that. When
the whole grass is greener.
Well, right. Yeah. It was funny that there was a cartoon that I saw. I think it was from the Oatmeal, right? There's this guy sitting on his lawn, right? And his lawn is kind of like yellowish, and he's looking out onto his neighbor's lawn, which is all green and whatever, and very lush. And he's sitting there, he's like going, the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. Always. And then like a big blade of grass pops up out of the ground, right? And the grass, he looks at his lawn, which is all yellow and it's all yellow and whatnot. And then he looks at his neighbor's lawn, which is all green and stuff. And then the grass looks at the guy and he goes, "How about you water your fucking lawn?" you know, so yeah, so it's just like, yeah, so the grass, if the grass, look, it's like, instead of worrying about your neighbor's grass, how about you take care of your own lawn? How about you do that? How about you water your own grass and fertilize it and clean your yard? How about you do that? Maybe the neighbors won't look so good because you're actually taking care of your own shit. You know, so yeah, so now it's like, that's what it felt like. It felt like, you know, I'm sitting there going, the grass is always, the grass is so much greener over there. And it's like, and then my laptop is like, how about you just fucking use what you have already? Which in the end is like, that's what it boiled down to. It's like, you know, I had the tablet, I had the computer, I have the programs. It's just that for some reason I got wrapped up, and it's like, oh, I need this new technology. I like that happened. Like,
you just needed to go back to minding your fucking business.
Right, exactly. It's like, what do I have already? It's like, you know, I was thinking, you know, like one thing also that I was thinking about was buying like one of those $700 vlogger kits that come with the Canon deal, the Canon camera with the flip screen and whatnot. And then it turned out that my previous phone was just as good. Worked just as well. The footage is great. You know, I just have to edit the video that I made on it. It's like, you know, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm taking it to Baltimore so that I can take some footage of the show. You know, and it works just fine. You know, and it's like, why did I think that I needed to spend another $700 for a camera? You know, when I have something equivalent here, and it's like, look, you know, unless you know you're going to use something consistently,
right?
There's no reason to like spend that type of money, you know, to kind of like, hey, hello, you know, to kind of like keep up with the virtual Joneses, because in the end, that's what I was doing without realizing it.
And there's no way you're going to keep up with all of them, because one person's going to have this that's better than that, and the other person's going to. And at the end of the day, there's no way to do it. So it's just like, what are you doing?
Right, exactly. And it's like, so I was watching, I think it was Kelsey Rodriguez. I don't quite remember. But she was talking about, if you can commit to a piece of technology for a year to make sure that you can actually use it, then maybe after that year you can think of upgrading. Because you've trained, because it's like, look, because what's the point of buying a $700 camera if you're never going to vlog, if you're never going to film anything, right? But if you have a camera already that, you know, it's like, you know what, use that camera for a year. See how many videos you can put out. See how many videos you can actually commit yourself to for a year.
And I learned something.
What did you learn?
You know what I learned?
What did you learn?
Those $700 cameras, they're great. They're fucking awesome. But somebody else I know recently bought a $30 camera, and I swear to God, the quality's just as great.
Really? I mean, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's the.
I'm like, you spent $30 on that, and she's like, yeah, $30, and I'm like, the fuck, sitting here looking at my 300, and I'm like,
right. Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, especially, yeah, that's the funny thing with technology, you know? I mean, because I remember when to get like a really good camera, you like a film quality camera, you had to like spend like 10 grand. This was when Jose was in film school.
Not even now. Some of our cell phones are better.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, when Jose was in film school, he was looking into getting like a high-end camera, and the shit that he was looking at was like almost like 10 grand or something, you know. And not even like 5 years later, you know, it's like they came, it's like now it's like, I mean, look, yeah, right now you can film shit on your phone.
Right.
You know, so it's
people
like,
are making literal movies on phones.
They are.
And they look good.
Yeah, they are. You know, so it's like, you know, a lot of, you know, the videos, like how many videos do you watch on YouTube? And it's like, it turns out they did it on their phone. Like, you're not even kind of like, you know, registering that there's like, oh, here's a $10,000 camera, here's a $30 camera. I mean, granted, it's like, you know, yeah, they're not going to film like Avengers Endgame on an iPhone, but you know, it's like, you know, we're talking about small scale YouTube type stuff. but she said, commit to a piece of technology for a year. Actually commit to using that technology for a year.
Right.
And then if you can actually put out a video every week, if you can commit to that schedule, then, then maybe you can consider upping your game a bit, like spending the money on a new piece of equipment. But yeah, it was just like, I mean, really, just this past couple of weeks, I think I saved myself thousands of dollars by just wrangling with what I had already. Because also the thing is that she was saying, so really quick, we have 8 minutes to go on the EGORAVEN 7 campaign. 8 minutes to go. So if you haven't pledged already, please go ahead. Feel free to pledge. Get issue 7 of this 15 issue series. Remember the campaign exclusive covers are only going to be available in the next 8 minutes. After that, those you will not be able to get those covers anymore. So just as a reminder. Also, she had said too that she says that actually one of the biggest things that holds people back from, I guess, doing what they say they want to do, but they kind of have a problem launching, is that they don't have a realistic plan for what they're going to do. Again, using YouTube as an example, it's like, okay, so I want to up my YouTube game, right? But what happened? I got wrapped up in, I need a new camera. I need a better camera, when in the end, what I really need is, I need to actually create a schedule for uploading to YouTube and sticking with that schedule. That's what I need more than an $800 camera, because it's like I'm going through the book, the 1 hour content plan. I got through the exercise of creating topics for the next year's worth of YouTube videos, right? But I have yet to implement one thing on this list, which also brings us to the whole thing about, you can planning in the end doesn't mean anything if you don't execute. You have to execute. You can plan all you want. You can world build all you want. You can research all you want. But at the end of the day, you have to execute, because then it's like you're just wasting. Right? Exactly. It's like you're just wasting your time if you don't go past the planning phase. So it's like, and what's funny is that Jose was saying something similar to that too, that it's like, you have all these people talking, yammering about their books and this, that, and the other thing. But they fail at executing. I mean, in the way he was talking, the context he was talking about it was story-wise, like the story craft, where it's like everybody has these ideas, but they don't know how to execute it. They don't know how to execute them. Everybody wants to be the idea guy, but it's like they don't know what to do with it afterwards. And he says that he was talking about a book. I'm not going to mention the name that he was reading, where it's like that. It was another one of these superhero books that really didn't show anybody being super heroic, but somehow in the writing, in reading it, it's like you were just supposed to accept everything was just happening with no real context of what was going on. I might be going off on a tangent with this, but and I had said, well, what's funny is that it's when you're telling me the story, and it sounds more like fanfic than it does an actual story, because he was the person who wrote the book was literally depending on the reader to already be familiar with superhero lore as it is with like X-Men, you know, whatever Marvel puts out, whatever what, you know, DC puts out, so that he was assuming that you knew about superheroes and what they did, so that when he dropped you in the middle of his story, you had somebody else's lore to go off of.
Right.
Which was kind of weird. You know, so in the end, it was like kind of like he was kind of writing his story, but he was really depending on you knowing other people's story to follow his story. And, you know, and Jose was saying that it's like, you know, in the end, it's like, you know, everything's in the execution. How do you tell the story? How do you get me to care for your characters? Why should I care for your characters? You know, and it's like, you know, and he feels that, you know, like that's like the biggest thing that's missing, you know, that we get so wrapped up in the world building and the details that we forget how to tell our stories, that there is a story to tell. How do I, it's like, you know, like, okay, I got so wrapped up in maybe needing an $800 camera that it's like, yeah, but the whole point is that I want people to watch my YouTube and to care about me and my work. Is an $800 camera really going to do that? Or it's how I do the videos that's going to do that, regardless of what camera I use. You know, it's like, okay, so we have 3 minutes left on EGORAVEN. And the thing is that, that's the thing. It's like, it's like, you know, I did, you know, it's like I sat on this story for about 20 years, you know, and it's like, and it's only felt like within the last couple of years that I really started doing something with this story in a way that I hope people care about it. You know, it's like, I mean, 154 people, you know, can't be wrong, right? You know, so, you know, so that's the thing. It's like, so in the end, it's like I was talking about this book for 20 years, but it wasn't until I actually put it out on Kickstarter and committed to doing these 15 issues that it didn't matter. You know, so yeah, like I said, I think I kind of got into a full, like, all over the place thought process with this, but I started off with technology, you know, committing to technology, but committing, it's really what, you know, it is. Yeah. It's like, so, you know, it's like, it's kind of like, you know, in the end, shit or get off the pot, you know, it's like, you know, commit. It's like, you know what, if you're going to commit, you know, and, you know, it doesn't matter where you're at this moment, because you're going to grow as a creator anyway, no matter what you do. And honestly, it's a lot better to grow as a creator executing, doing the thing that you say you want to do, as opposed to like sitting back and world building, or, oh, I'm researching cameras, or, you know, I still have to figure out this part of my story. It has to be perfect before I release it. You know, you're actually stagnating yourself, because only in actually doing something are you actually going to grow as a creator. So here we are in the last minute of EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 7. So you have 49 seconds to pledge to the campaign. So that's, I guess that's the message that I wanted to put out today, that it's like, you know, it's like, go out and finally do the thing, you know, stop talking and start doing, you know, so that you too can, like, you know, get your Kickstarters out and build on them. And you know, do your YouTube channel, do your websites, you know, it's like, you know, do the thing that you keep talking about. Yeah, do it. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, everybody. EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 7 is now complete. The The campaign is now closed. Actually, let me just refresh this. Usually it refreshes by itself, but there we go. EGORAVEN, Heir, the First Unicorn, issue 7. Thank you so much to the 154 backers who pledged $3,741 to help bring this book to life. Thank you so much to everybody who have joined us for the first time on this issue, or you have been following me from issues 1 through 6 as well. Thank you so much for everybody who supported the campaign since 2021. I'm really glad that this is a book that you enjoy following, you enjoy reading, and let's do it again. Let's do it again. And in fact, we will be doing it again back early 2024. This is the card that I was making. I couldn't believe I had to write in 2024. Can EGORAVEN finally end the Elf Prince's trail of terror, or will she meet her own end? Issue 8 coming early 2024 to Kickstarter. So make sure that you are following me on egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. Sign up for my newsletter. Follow me on my website, or you can follow me directly on Facebook as well. Follow me in all the places so that you will know
the shit out of her,
so that you will know when the next issue is coming out. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the campaign. So now the thing is, though, is that you know how I roll. That it's like it's not the only campaign coming up. So if you are just joining us and go, damn, I just missed the campaign. I wanted to pledge, but I don't want to wait until 2024 in order to get these issues. Well, a little patience, my friend, a little patience, because September 25th, I will be launching EGORAVEN Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, the 3 comics short set. This is a parody, kind of like a little breather between the 2 issues, between issue 7 and issue 8. This is a Conan parody that started off as a joke on Facebook, and I had to make it real, really, really fast. So now it's it's 3 comics. One is a in-canon story that actually relates to the main Heir of the First Unicorn book, EGORAVEN Tales from the Outer Kingdoms, which is a collection of short stories that are kind of like the little scenes that didn't make it in the main series, but they were too good to not tell. So if you want something that's a little bit more in-canon to the main Heir of the First Unicorn storyline, Tales from the Outer Kingdoms is the book for you. And also, it is a general audience's book. It's a collection of 5 short stories, and they're all self-contained, so you don't have to worry about it just adds to the Heir of the First Unicorn storyline, but it's just a bunch of cute little stories to follow. The Unicorn King's Daughter is the Conan parody that came out of a joke about Kickstarter's algorithm. So this was a book that I made running with the joke. It is a mature audience's one-shot, and it is a kind of like an alternate universe EGORAVEN story. You don't need to follow any of the previous books, but it does help a little bit if you kind of follow the saga of the story that got put together on Facebook. So it's just another reason for you to head on over to my website and hit the Facebook link and follow me on Facebook. Facebook is where a lot of the weird shit goes on, where I'm doing all my updates and work in progress and telling these little stories and doodles. So it makes a lot more sense with it. Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, that is a adults only supplement to the Unicorn King's Daughter. So technically those 2 books actually go together. So if you want to get the entirety of the joke, you need those 2 issues together. But if you just want to follow stories that deals with Heir of the First Unicorn, Tales from the Outer Kingdoms is the book for you. So yeah, so we will be launching this campaign on September 25th. So keep an eye out for that. Link is in the show notes. Hit the notify me on launch button so that you get notified. Yes, thank you. Absolutely, Mike Jimmy. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you. Look, it was too good. It was too good. The joke was too good to not do. So also for everybody, if you are following my work, this campaign also has a sister campaign. Sky of Thorns, an epic fantasy romance special edition. I am doing a crossover campaign with Krista Crawford on her campaign for this 3-volume romance fantasy set, novel set. On the campaign itself, there is a stretch goal that I did the artwork for. So I have a special print on there that if she reaches her stretch goal, you will get that print with your order. But if you support both our campaigns, you will get a special crossover print featuring EGORAVEN and her character Sybil, and it's like, and they will be So if you pledge to both campaigns, which will launch on September 25th, you will get that special print as well. So, okay, so here we are, and I just want to, and I had to even remind myself to do this because, let me switch this over, because we haven't done this in a while, because I kept forgetting. Oh, snaps. That's right. We are going to be doing an end of campaign giveaway. Yes, so for everybody who pledged to a physical level on the campaign, you are on the wheel, and this is what we're going to be giving away today. So if your number comes up and you pledged to a physical level, right now I am going to be spinning the wheel for these two signed EGORAVEN prints. They were formerly stretch goals on previous campaigns, and now you are going to be able to get them. The winner will get these two prints added to their order. So let me just get my Post-it note. Where's my Sharpie? I should have. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to get a pen. Where's my
Get your shit together.
Yeah, I know. Really.
What is shit?
All these pens and not the one that I'm looking for. Here we go. So here we are. This is for the 2-print EGORAVEN signed EGORAVEN set. That's going to be added to the physical order of the winner. So, but of course, we're going to double check to make sure that it is a physical order. So here we go. We're spinning the wheel for the Let me just check the backer report. 127. Who is 127? Let's see. Who do we got here? Okay, load. So Purple Link, congratulations. You won the prints, the EGORAVEN prints. So we're number 127. Purple Link, thank you so much for supporting the campaign today. So we're going to remove that. Yes. And okay, so for the next one, for those of you who remember these, this was a special Facebook giveaway that I did where if you were following me on Facebook and pledged to the campaign, you were going to get one of these pins. Now the winner of this spin will get these, an EGORAVEN and Disaster Son Loki pin. These are acrylic pins on this card. And I think they're pretty nice. I still like the way these pins are. It's kind of funny because Loki's design has changed, not that much, but it's like, but he still looks good. So you get the pin. So whoever wins this spin will get these pins added to their campaigns. And the winner is let's see, of these pins, 78. Okay, who is 78? Ooh, Mary Puppo. Thank you so much. Oh no, I'm sorry. I read the wrong thing. You got the digital PDF bundle. I'm sorry. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna add a print, to a digital print, to your thing, because I had to open my mouth before double checking. So I'm gonna add a digital. I'm gonna find a digital print, and I'm gonna send you a digital print. Just for me. Kind of getting ahead of myself. So let me remove that. All right. So let me just write down print. There we go. Okay, so let's spin the wheel again. Physical pledges only. Physical pledges only. 152. Okay, let's see. 152. Okay, no, that's also a PDF. Okay, so yes, that's also a PDF. So this has to be for physical pledge. Here we go. For the pins. All right. What was that? What number was that? 148?
148.
148. Here we go. Heather Ward, thank you so much. You get, okay, so the pins, 148. 148. You get the pins. Thank you, Heather. She's a regular, so thank you so much for supporting the campaign all this time. You get the special Facebook pins added to your order. So last but not least, definitely not least, I think this is like the second to last hardcover of volume 1 that I have. This is a printer's proof. This is part of a printer proof set that I made testing out getting a hardcover done. So this is printer proof number 9. It's signed with a stamp on the inside. This was an edition of 12. So this is the second to last one. And so one lucky physical backer will get the hardcover to this hardcover printer proof to EGORAVEN Volume 1, which collects issues 1 through 4. So let's remove that choice. And who is the winner for this book? 82. Okay, so let's see. 82. PDF. So I'm gonna have to but thank you so much. Thank you so much for pledging. But this has to be for a physical backer. So 20. Oh, who's 20? Usually we don't get that. Usually let's see. What do we have here? Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer. Number 20. You won the Volume 1 hardcover printer proof, and that's going to be added to your order as well. Thank you so much for supporting the book, and I hope you enjoy the hardcover for EGORAVEN Volume 1. Like I said, collecting issues 1 through 7. So, wow. Okay, so at least we finally got to do a raffle. We haven't done that in the last couple of weeks. I've just been completely forgetting. But at least, look, we started with a raffle, we ended with a raffle, so it's all good. Also, before we kind of wrap things up here, I just want to talk about the next. Let me see. I just also want to remind everybody that the Oswald Chronicles, I Was There and I Remember, is also on Kickstarter as well. We have 6 more days to go. Thank you so much to 72 backers who raised $2,047. 6 days. Again, all the links are in the show notes below. Also by JD Calderon and See Michael Lanning. Magi's Grace, Sex and Monsters is on Kickstarter as well. This is a collaborative book between JD and C. Michael Lanning. It's about a story. It's a story about a pair of monster hunters that are sent off to investigate the strange goings on in a small town that seems to have either a fish people epidemic, or a problem with vampires. But why not both? So Magi's Grace, Sex and Monsters on Kickstarter right now. Also, just to tell everybody, Fearless Dawn is also on Kickstarter, 62 hours to go. This is Frank Forte and Steve Mannion. Beautiful, beautiful books. If you haven't picked them up yet, pick them up right now. You have 62 hours left to pick up that book. And of course, our very own Nina Aberlein, the Lusty Dragon Mistress. Look at Nina. She really is. I mean, this is going to be her first $10,000 campaign. And, I couldn't be happier for her. So, so let's all pitch in and make it that goal. You have 17 days left to pledge to her campaign. It's a very not safe for work book. So it's, I guess, if you are into kind of like monster girls, and girl love manga comics, style comics, this is the one for you. And last but not least, I just had to mention it because, you know what, if it wasn't for Tyler, I wouldn't be reading the 1 hour content plan. Here is, this is The Girl with the Mega Fists, volumes 1 through 4 is available on Kickstarter right now. He has 14 days to go. And I really do. I really do like this image that he has on his campaign. But so if you're interested in kind of like manga inspired shonen type books, this is also another one for you to keep an eye out on. All the links are in the show notes below, or you can just pretty much just do a search and it'll pop up on Kickstarter. So again, thank you so much everybody for supporting EGORAVEN issue 7. We will be back. Me and EGORAVEN will be back September 25th at the end of this month already. With Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, and then we're going to end the year with the House of Bob sketchbook. So again, make sure that you're following me on all the social medias so that you don't miss any of the campaigns for the rest of the year. So Nita, any final thoughts on today's show? Any final thoughts? So
I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so too. Because my weekend is very short. Actually, I am going out to Baltimore a little earlier, so I actually have to get the files out and to the printers in the next 2 days. So like I said, I really meant it when I said that these books are going to ship the second, it's like are going to ship the second I get the money from Kickstarter. I'm going to start shipping everything out, provided that I get the books back in time from the printer. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, you guys will be getting this book as well. So thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. Thank you so much to the eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you for spending the hour with us. And I hope my little commentary wasn't too much all over the place. But I guess in the end, the moral of the story is, just do it. Just go ahead and do it. You can do it with what you have already. And don't worry about, thinking that you need to keep up with the YouTube Joneses, in order to be able to do what you want to do. So that's the moral of the story. If you're just catching up with us. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and keep up with the upcoming campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But again, like I said, I mostly post to Facebook. If you're interested in seeing sketches, current work in progress, what the doodles are up to, and all that stuff, any live updates that I may have. any strange stories that are going to pop up that might end up another short story on Kickstarter. Who knows? And remember that you can also find me on YouTube on my channel at Daphne Lage Art, where I host semi-weekly art live streams on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. I didn't have one this Wednesday because I had some stuff I had to take care of. And I just realized I'm not going to be around. I'm going to be in Baltimore this week, so I won't be doing a live stream either. Unfortunately, my computer, my laptop is not that strong, so we're going to have to skip another Wednesday as well. But I will make it up to everybody. Actually, no. And then I think no, we'll make it up. I'll make it up the Wednesday after. We're still. I have a free Wednesday, and we'll do like a after convention report and all that fun stuff. So yeah, you can catch me on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lager. And remember that you can also read EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So, so remember, EGORAVEN issue 8 will be returning to Kickstarter early 2024. So, again, make sure you follow me on my website, on Facebook, on my social media, so that you don't miss out on this latest issue early next year, probably around January. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be early 2024. So again, thank you so much for supporting the campaign. Thank you so much for supporting us by watching us. Remember, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business. Don't worry about the $800 camera. You actually don't need it. And do the work, because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time.